Hello, everybody. Welcome
Oh,
to this episode of Requisite, where I didn't put anybody's cameras on the screen.
I'm a map, 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 I'm a map.
Hey, there they are. Some of them, anyway. You'll be noticing we have a few voids. That is because we have a new individual, a new character will be joining the stream tonight, and they are covered up. And because Osrius is a spawn of the darkness, and this is the representation that he's chosen for himself tonight. Please bask in the ebony glory. No, that sounds... Remember how we talked about we shouldn't accidental racism like 2 seconds before stream?
Jesus Christ.
And then 30 seconds in, I almost said the word ebony glory about a group of very white people. Terrible.
Well,
terrible.
Well, mistakes are made.
Canceled.
Hey, you want to just restart the stream? Let's try
yeah,
again.
hang
Round
on a
2.
Second. Let me just
restart the internet.
Let me just burn
and
my
take 2.
computer down. Let's... God, and on the week that we're doing it for the kids too, truly terrible, terrible.
No, I thought that was 2 weeks away.
It is 2 weeks away, but this is the week I'm supposed to start pitching it, because it is proficiency bonuses. I got my special proficiency bonus 5-year anniversary shirt on, coming up on proficiency bonuses birthday week. We're gonna have a lot of special streams, a lot of giveaways. That is traditionally when we start our Extra Life stream. We are trying to raise, I believe, $1,000 for the Children's Miracle Network, Children's Hospital, this year. We have met and exceeded our goal the last several years that we've been doing this, which is always awesome. We very much appreciate everybody who decides to support us. I think it's already on the stream. Somebody can confirm for me, but I think it is like below us somewhere right now. The link for
the dono link is there.
The donation link is there, so please feel free to give that a click if you would like. Thank you as always to our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle. You can get a link to their websites by typing !CCG or !Little Dragon at any point during tonight's stream into the chat. And if you choose to buy anything from Little Dragon Corp, like some dice, which is what they sell, you can use our code bonus at checkout to get 15% off your order. So thank you to both of those sponsors, and thank you to you for sticking around and viewing, and thank you for anybody who chooses to donate to Extra Life. It is a good cause, and we very much appreciate it. So let's jump into tonight's session without any further delay. The Fool's Errant. Some of you will notice we have a new overlay with an all new logo that I have created for the stream. I have some updated art assets that are coming, but we're still actually, speaking of updated art assets, this over here, this is the official unveiling of the new Osrius artwork. That's the para art of Osrius, which we did not have up until just very recently.
Nice.
So thank you to Para as always for our new art. There's more Para art to be revealed tonight, but we will get there when we get there. We left off as the Fool's Errand had just met with the Council of 8 of the Ordinum Libri and a group of pirates who sail aboard a ship known as the Grimm's Folly. You guys have sort of you compared notes, you talked to the Ordinum Libri, and what you found out is that these pirates have also had a number of run-ins with both the Ignean Empire and the Brotherhood of Artanis, and are sort of on a mission of their own to deal with this organization and figure out what they're doing and stop them if possible. You have agreed to collaborate with them as best you can, working also alongside the Ordinum Libri, who, though they cannot technically officially get involved in like the matters of wars between kingdoms, they have elected to throw their weight against the Ignean Empire and this Brotherhood of Artanis. The plan as it stands is for the pirates to go back to their ship and to travel south into the Iolocus, south through the Iolocus archipelago to kind of follow the path of the Ignean Armada and see what they are doing, trying to gather more information and potentially stop whatever plans they have there. You guys were kind of going to see what shook out, figure out, what you can do kind of overland to try and see what is, what is the plan there for the Empire or for the Brotherhood. You don't have a direct course of action yet, but you have an idea kind of where you want to go. There is, still any number of things you can do in the city while you're here. You do have Lady Tabitha Delker with you currently in the city. You have been promised by the bookkeepers that they will see it that you are outfitted with some more like magic gear to help on your mission. The Collective the Arcane Eye is still here. You guys have sort of off camera, sort of like bunked in their apartments last night. Any other things that you want to do in the city of Terra Libra while you guys are here is open to you. So we will pick up now, like about 2 hours after the conclusion of that council meeting that you were in. You guys started to kind of go about your way. Brahm got a call on that enchanted hand mirror that one of the Council of Eight gave you from the pirates. You guys have those like mirrors that allow you to communicate with each other, saying that they wanted to like meet with him and ask him some stuff. So Brahm like peeled off from you guys. You know that he had a meeting with the council, or not with the council, with the pirates at the Arcane Eyes chambers within Ladrius Keep. I guess let's say he is now coming. He is now like rejoining you at, I don't know, what's the predestined what's the meeting spot you guys picked to meet up after Brahm was done?
Relic Hunters Hall? Any objections? Okay.
We're turning in our quest.
Yeah, we're turning in the book and the tack. Alar has I left a note on the bulletin board. See if anyone may have answered. Unlikely as it is, but
so you guys are just like at this point in the Relic Hunters Hall, sitting having a drink, waiting for Brahm to return. Brahm comes back into the chamber.
So what did the nitwits want?
They basically just wanted to ask a whole bunch of questions. Not anything super interesting, just details.
Learn anything more about them?
Not really. They're pirates. They're kind of full of themselves.
I mean, given the size of the dwarf's hat, yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah, it was a big hat.
It was. All right. Well, we're all here. Let's turn in this book.
I believe you turned the book in to the Council of Eight.
Oh,
I thought we tried to, and they were like, "That's not for here."
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I thought I remembered you like handing it in. They were like, "Yeah, we'll like bring that wherever." I guess.
No, I just I just waved it.
Cool.
So.
Okay, let me.
So off to the tax master.
Tax system in here. Okay, so the marksman is who we're looking for.
Yes.
Okay, so this you happen to have? Well, I can dig it up myself probably, but do you happen to have what level of tack this task was?
Yes.
What this was?
We have a horn tack and an iron tack. So we were given this was an iron tack item.
Yeah.
So
We were given
tack.
we were given a horn tack for turning in the previous one, sort of, and then we took the iron tack.
I thought we got the iron tack as it's the starter, and
No, horn is the lower.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys find you guys go to you find Castle, who is the marksman for the Relic Hunters Hall here, and you bring your book, and that book.
Volume 3 of Translocative Magic by oh god, I can't remember the apprentice's name.
It's irrelevant to the story because I don't remember either.
Jimmy Bob Baldwin.
Yep, that was what it was.
Yeah, apprentice to the guy who first figured out how to cast teleport and forgot to allow for the curvature of the world.
Yes. Okay, so you kind of turn that in, and so we said that was an iron tack, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so iron tack is worth 10 brass tacks. Basically, you sort of turn this in. I don't know why I'm like reading this so carefully, because what happens here is like you bring this thing to Castle, you give him the you give him the book. He takes it, he looks it over. I have zero recollection of what kind of voice he had, so he now has this voice where he says I've heard quite a bit of your exploits since last you were here. You're making quite the name for yourselves, and as it were, you seem to have caught the attention of the council themselves, eh?
Not intentionally, but yeah.
Says I've been doing this a long time. The cream rises to the top. I don't know if that's the proper phrase for this, but you have a lot of skill, a lot of talent. You're good at what you do. The right people find out. It's not surprising that they've taken note, but it seems that your very short venture into the very complicated Ordinum Libra mark system is officially come to an end. He says, it sounds like well, it sounds like you've graduated to the upper echelons of the relic hunting community here within the Ordinum Libra. I've got a freshly received writ from the council that the group of you are essentially considered to be on retainer. That you have I was not filled in on the details, but they were clear that you are doing something that is of the utmost importance to the council's interests, and to put it the way that they did, to put it Algeria at large. So as such, if there are any leads or pieces of information that you need, you may simply request them, and we will provide them. You have carte blanche of any information that the Bookkeepers Relic Hunting Organization is in possession of, in pursuit of your goals for the council. He says, I do believe you also need to see the quartermaster before you are gone from the city. I believe you have been granted an arming up from her wares.
Before we go, I have 2 pieces of information I'd like to get from you. One, I'm gonna dismiss my disguised self. It's like, I'm super cursed right now. Anything that can help with this? Anybody that...
Christ!
And I'll put it back. It's like, I'm sorry.
Walter.
Look, I'm super cursed. It's a problem.
Could you warn the guy before you do that?
It's more dramatic this way. Also, if there's a talented transmuter that can help me with a spell I have a line on, that would be outstanding. Just directions to the people that can help would be great. I'll find conversations as necessary.
He's taking notes. And it's just, my pen stopped working. Hang on. There's another one. So you're looking for somebody you're looking for a curse breaker, and you are looking for a transmuter to
An expert in curses. It doesn't have to be broken necessarily, but that's probably going to be necessary at some point.
He nods. He says, "That's all fine. I can dig into. I'll check with the library to see if they've got anyone that they've recommended in terms of curses, the study thereof, the breaking, the examining, whatever have you, and see if I can't point you in the right direction. As for a transmuter, that one I can at least direct you right away, because I definitely have that name ready and on the tip of my tongue, and am not searching for it in any sort of
Random name generator website?
No, not random. No, more like a sort of like a large document that would contain all of the relevant information about the world that has become absolutely unmanageably tremendous over the course of the last 3 years. I can't believe that I needed to look that up. I should have known that one. He says, for a transmuter, the best person I can send you to is if you head down out of the Ordinum Raz, out to the city, find in the markets, find the establishment of one Nuri Rattlesnap.
The Sears lady?
I see the Sears lady. She is the single most talented transmuter that I have ever encountered.
I have to thank her for the wonderful gifts that I gave to my family, so...
And I have to thank her for being on the other end of the mirror when we made our original report.
Sounds outstanding. Thank you so much.
He nods. He says, of course, if you want to stop in with Lenare before you leave, or at least make an arrangement with her, she can see to it that whatever equipment you're needing to arm yourselves with before you leave is ready to go for you.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
He turns away and he goes and starts speaking with a group of people who come in and are bringing some common tax back for something that they did. And he starts it with him. He kind of turns away from you, and you guys are in the Relic Hunters Hall.
Alar's gonna head over to that bulletin board and see if there's, if someone has written on the missive that he left, which was basically, have you seen a blue dragonborn, probably wearing armor, and a rag wearing goblin, who can cast spells? If so, please, please reply to Alar C.
Roll a d20.
Seven.
There is no response that you see. So your post is still up there, but nobody has left a note or anything like that. Nobody has reached out to you.
Didn't think there would be, but all right. Quartermaster? least possibly begin to make arrangements. They may have to. I don't know what you all are thinking of, but
Alright, so you guys head over to the quartermaster station. Lenare Molyneux is in her, kind of in her post, in her, so she's behind like it's a caged area where there's a door to like back rooms where presumably a bunch of like magical armaments and accoutrements are kept. She sees you guys coming, and she raises a hand in greeting immediately and says, the fool's Errant. I had wondered when you would be in. Quite the celebrity these days, no?
a bit of unwanted celebrity, but yeah. What do you do? What can you do?
If the beer's on the house, I'll take it.
Says, well, I do not know about beer, but I do know about a stash of enchanted adventuring equipment that I have been authorized to release to you. She says there are there's a few items that I have been instructed were to be distributed to the group of you at large. And the other request that was made to me was that, bearing in mind your status within the Ordenum's relic hunting community, it would be acceptable for you to browse through my armories and select for yourselves the equipment that you think would be most helpful for yourselves. Apparently, the rumor mill says that you are on some sort of a secret mission for the Council of Eight, no?
Couldn't tell you.
Can neither confirm nor deny.
She like winks. She says, well, being that this may or may not be the case, it seems whatever it is that you are or are not doing for them is important enough that they felt that you should claim any tools that you think you might need. I have been authorized to release. She sort of says, I will not bore you with the details of my cataloging system, but I assign a rating to all of the equipment that I have in stock, whether it is things that are brought to me from other relic hunters, or whether it is things that come from the workshop. Depending on how easy my access is to them, the relative power or utility of these items, I rank them on a rating of common to rare to very rare to.
Oh no.
She says they are color coded back there. You will be able to see. You have been authorized to arm yourselves individually each with one item from up to what I would call my very rare category of equipment, and a second item of up to what I have marked as my rare category of equipment. After that, I have some items to distribute directly to you that I have gathered, and I have up here at the front. She goes over and opens the door to the sealed off area that she is inside, and gestures you guys to come inside.
I shall cross the threshold into the treasure room.
I will nod appreciatively and follow Walter.
So as you guys enter, she leads you into a chamber that is backs behind her.
Dogs.
A couple of dogs come running into the Relic Hunters Hall, and it takes everybody a minute to chase them back out.
Not again!
she leads you guys into a room that is like pretty large. It must be a like decent chunk of Kestra Hall is like this back space, which just has like shelves of stuff that she has organized into like, it's organized by like there are rows with like potions and things in like vials. There are like weapons. There is armor. There is, it's all like organized and classified by like what it, like what type of thing it is, what type of enchantment it has on it. Everything has been like, there's like card catalog things at the end of each row that like have reference numbers to like what each thing is that she like shows you. There's like a book on a table, so you can like look at any of the stuff in there. So like if something interests you, you go and like look at what number she has it cataloged as, and then you can go like look it up and read its enchantment and stuff like that. So basically each of the three of you can or the four of you can, I forgot about Invisible Osrius. The four of you have, free reign of one item of up to very rare status, and one item of up to rare status of your choice. As I had like let you guys know ahead of time. So you can feel free to be browsing, and anybody who is like, aha, I found my thing, can tell us what you've got.
Is there like a warlock rummage bin I can look around?
Yeah, the great value warlock bin is you have to sift through a bunch of like DVDs of like Nicolas Cage movies.
There's 5 copies of The Matrix.
No, yeah, there is stuff that is like classified as like warlock stuff essentially.
Sure. I'm looking for a rare quality Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Okay. Easy enough. You find you basically find a like rune carved obsidian like metallic. Like it looks like a baton from like track and field.
I'm gonna call out to the quartermaster. I'm gonna say, do you think they can work this into the hilt? And I'm gonna hold up the shovel.
She kind of like looks at it and she goes, I would not put anything past Master Volodov at the workshop. I'm sure he could work that out. She says this item is interesting. Like most of the things here in this area on their own, they are completely inert. But these are items that are specifically designed for allowing the transference of power from one entity to another. I will not, it's sort of rude to ask anybody about their sugar daddy, so I will not ask you these questions. But if you have a patron of the arcane who provides you with,
I'll show her my tramp stamp. Just kidding.
Do you show her the Mountain brand?
Yeah. Well, no, I will not do that. That's a terrible idea.
Okay. So she doesn't see. She's like, well, it is fine. The magic comes from all places. Life finds a way. All of this. But you will have to seek out. If this is your path, you will have to seek out your patron and have them bestow their power upon this item to have it. But in terms of putting it into the handle of a shovel, I see no reason why this could not be done.
Red. I'll take it. I'll peruse while other people are picking.
Yeah. Alar consults the book. That could be very useful, and he makes a note, walks into the rear area, and he grabs a somewhat nice-looking cloak with a hood that smells a little bit of brimstone. He is going to draw a Cape with the Mount back.
Okay.
Which once a day cast Dimension Door.
Cool.
Slightly obscures the place that you left and the place that you appear in. And as for Dimension Door, it means I can grab someone and take them with me. So,
Cool.
I finally have the ability to get myself out of dodge, and more importantly, drag somebody else along with me.
Cool. Alrighty. Brahman Osiris, what are you guys looking at?
I'm looking for 3 things actually, but one of them is a common item that I'm hoping she has in stock that I can buy from her.
Okay.
But I am looking for a Reveler's Concertina and an Amulet of Health.
Okay. Let me do some quick googling.
I think they're both rare. I have them in front of me if you want me to tell you what they do or are.
Looks like a Reveler's Concertina is a
They should both be rare.
enchanted instrument that allows you to give you a +2 on saving throws to your
Spells, and I can
bars.
cast,
Otto's Irresistible Dance.
yes, once per day.
Cool. Yeah, she has like a whole section of like enchanted musical shit. So you're able to find that, and then your Amulet of Health is easy enough to obtain.
Constitution score a 19, baby.
Nice.
Taking my max HP from a 66 to an 84.
It's
And the one thing that I'm looking for that I'm hoping she has that I can just buy was... I forget. Oh, I have 400 tabs open. A Wand of Conducting.
Wand of Conduct.
Basically just allows you to cast an orchestra. Cast theme music, essentially.
She tells you she does not have anything like that on hand, but she says she's pretty sure that either Boris Volodov at the workshop has a contact that could make one, or she thinks you could probably go to there is like a music shop in the city that you can go to. That she's like, they can probably procure you one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a common item, so it's not hard to get.
She tells you the name of the music shop is Here Comes Treble, and she's like, if you go there, they can probably hook you up.
All right, that's the next stop.
Okay. All right. I believe Walter and Alar still have one item each they need to grab, and Osiris we need to hear from.
Okay.
Osiris is just gonna take a while, look around. He doesn't really know anything about any of these, so you just gotta take a while.
Okay.
No.
Figure out.
Walter's kind of like looking at 2 different items in the very rare section and is trying to like decide. So I'm gonna turn back to the quartermaster and be like, so if we save the world, can we come back and get like another shopping trip?
If you prove that you have saved the world, sure.
Yeah, that tracks. All right, and then Walter's gonna reach out and grab a staff off of the wall.
Okay.
And it is a Voyager's staff.
A Voyager's staff.
I can read the description if you would like.
Sure.
But I think it's tremendously useful for the entire party, and reasonably useful just for Walter alone. So, this staff is bonus to attack damage rolls with the staff, with the quarterstaff, a +1, and a +1 bonus to spell attack while holding it. So it's either this or the rod. Can't do both necessarily. The staff has 10 charges. It allows you to use a number of charges to cast some spells. There's Banishment, Blink, Misty Step, Pass Wall, and Teleport. All travel spells, mostly. It has 10 charges total, regains 1d6 plus 4 at dawn. If you expend the last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the staff vanishes forever.
Okay.
But the ability to go back to where we need to go without having to worry about the teleportation circle nonsense would be very, very helpful.
Let's see. Do they not have that anymore?
And we can go right to a teleportation circle we know the location of, so Walter will start noting those locations as well.
Cool. All right. You got your last thing, Aylar?
Let me see what. Let me see what this. Oh, it's a common item. Never mind.
We need more time to prepare.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually expected only to be able to snag the one.
She goes. She sees Osrius, who is like seems utterly like at a loss in this room of like complicated enchanted shit, and that you were kind of like looking around, and she kind of offers up. She says, unless you are in a hurry to leave the city, there is no reason that you cannot come back again to look at these things here. She says you can think about the things that you would need, and she gestures towards Osrius, and she says, and for my friend here who is perhaps not as well versed in the perusing of all of these enchanted sort of items, perhaps some extra time to reflect on the needs would be beneficial, and also it will give me time. I can perhaps come up with some suggestions of things that might be useful for you in the meantime. But you can come back anytime you are ready, and I will open the stock to you again. It is not a problem.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm actually just amazed to be in this room.
She says, you have not seen the stores beneath the workshop, or she says, may the gods forbid the ziggurat. Your head would explode. She says, but yeah, before you go, I do have these things for you. She says, some of which are kind of nullified by your selection of item choice, but they're probably useful to keep on you as well. She hands you guys 6 identical satchels. If you were watching the stream last night, this is the same thing that the other party got. She says these are 6 interconnected bags of holding. They operate exactly as a bag of holding does. However, all 6 in the set connect to the same interdimensional space. So anything that is placed into one bag can be withdrawn from any of the others from anywhere in the world. Incredibly useful for anything that is like loaf of bread size or larger that can be put into the bag. They come in sets of 6. There's only 4 of you, but you have 2 extra back. Do with them as you see fit. Probably not, sell them or give them to people you don't trust, because they will have access to all of your crap. But here they are. So you have 6 of these link bag of holdings. She says, here's the thing I was to give you. She holds up 2 scrolls. She says, "These are 2 scrolls containing the enchantment for the teleport spell. Mr. Roy has chosen a staff that gives you access to this ability anyway, but can't hurt to have them, no?"
Not at all.
We can always transcribe the location so we can get back here in a jiffy.
Indeed.
So she gives you those 2, and she says, well, I will, I'll see you out now, and we can pick this up another time. I will give some slotters to another item for Mr. Cabot and for the Goliath here for when you return.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
She nods and sees you guys back out of the like back area of the quartermaster's portion and into like sort of the main hall of Ladry's Keep. So having acquired some of the promised magical items, she kind of turns you back loose into Ladry's Keep, and she goes back into the back room after you guys leave, presumably to like retidy anything that you guys like didn't put back exactly where it was supposed to be and things like that.
Right. Do you guys mind if we go speak to the transmuter real fast?
Sure. The only other thing that I can think to, only other 2 things to do. One is business at large with the workshop and Master Volodov. And
I should go to that music store.
And the music.
and
Well, let's drop the stuff off the Mr. Volodov first, and I guess it's on the way. We're already in here.
Volodov is here, is in the workshop here. The Sears and where Here Comes Treble are, kind of in the same direction towards the main part of the city.
and yeah.
So let's Volodov it up and.
Is there anything besides you're giving him your shovel, right?
And the rod, yeah.
And the rod?
I'm
Yeah,
handing
it is.
off the collapsible sword for examination and possibly something that can be
Improved.
something that can be made to order for the order at large, and the request that one be made and sent to Lady Delker.
Okay. She is hanging out at the wizard's apartment at this point, as you guys are like doing stuff around the city. But that's fine. We probably don't need to spend an excessive amount of time that you guys are able to go there, drop that stuff off, and that's
Brom wanted to see if any something about the bullshit dagger.
Oh yeah, we had them.
Yeah, I
looking
dropped
into
it
that.
off to see if they could learn anything.
the bullshit. You dropped it off with Volodov. I believe
Pretty-
so.
I
Pretty
think
sure.
Yeah,
That sounds correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know somebody.
He yes, so that is actually worth a scene if you guys are asking about that.
Okay.
So you guys are in the workshop. You guys have kind of dropped off your things. He has handed off the he's taken your shovel, Walter. He's taken the rod, handed them off to like one assistant. He has taken the collapsible rapier, handed that off to another assistant, who have like gone off to separate parts of the workshop on his instruction. Brom, you ask him about the bullshit dagger, and he goes, yes, I have looked into the enchantments and done some testing on it. He says, it is, we believe, a item that was used in a traditional ancient dwarven burial ritual. The dwarves believe that when the body departs, the soul must be protected while the body is prepared for the afterlife. Many of their rituals involve protecting the essence of the spirit or the soul, while the physical form can be prepared. The exact reasoning and the nature, the interrelationship of the body and the soul and their belief of the afterlife is unclear to any within the Ordinem Librae. The dwarves are not exactly forthcoming with their history and their beliefs. But this dagger, it was intended to be a mortician's tool. The dagger is enchanted with a magic that can extract and store the life essence of a living creature that has died within the past, roughly a minute to be safe, but could be longer, could be shorter. It seems to vary. The idea is that he goes and he like fetches it from wherever it was. He says the dagger, and he's like stabbing it into Brahm harmlessly. He goes, the blade of the dagger has no effect on the living creature. But if Mr. Abraham were to be very recently dead, I would be able to stab him with this, and it would draw his soul or spirit or whatever it is you think of it as. The essence of his sense of self would be drawn into the gem on the hilt of the dagger. It can remain there for a time, though the enchantment is not strong enough to hold it for an extended period of time. Eventually it would leach out and go to wherever it is that spirits go when we die. The dwarves use this to essentially as far as we understand, store the spirit of a recently deceased, while the body, certain preparations were made to the body, and then place the spirit back into the corpse before the final death rites.
That.
He like holds it out, hilt first. Back to you.
Take it. Put it back.
He says, this is all the information that they can provide for you. It is an item that you can capture the essence of a recently deceased creature in for a time.
Very interesting.
Brom, do you mind if I try some experiments with that in the future? Unless you have thoughts. Then
Morally, or
Yeah, I have questions.
yeah,
Well, my thought is if we remove the ability to speak with the recently departed by removing its spirit, it's information control in our favor.
Possibly. I also can't help wondering if that might make the difference between being able to cast a healing spell and bring someone back who may have passed a little bit too far. But that's some scary stuff.
Well, we'll have plenty of opportunities to try with the Ignians, I'm sure.
Yeah, we will. Thank you, Master Volodov.
Of course. So you guys are kind of finished there. You're heading to the
whichever's
music
closer.
shop slash nerdy,
music
you know,
music
like
shop.
nerdies.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys make your way out of the Ordinum Rise into the central part of of Terra Libra. You are walking through the streets. The nature of Terra Libra is such that while the city is beautifully maintained and is in a lot of ways is a love letter to the collected cultural aesthetics of the various races of Ageria. It does lead the city to be a little labyrinthine. Roads and streets are rarely straight, so much as they are like on these like arcing, intersecting curves. It makes navigating the city a little like inconvenient. So you guys are kind of making your way through the city. You are heading towards where you know Rattlesnaps to be, and where you assume you can figure out directions to where this music store is. The narrow streets probably like just subconsciously like get you checking your six a little bit. So I need everybody to make me a perception check.
Oof. Is it daylight?
Yes.
14.
Okay.
5.
Let's see. Let's see that. 14 on the die plus 24.
24. A figure steps into into like the alleyway that you guys are passing through, a little distance ahead of you. And they like draw back a hood. They are not a person you recognize. It's a human man, mid-30s probably. He has something in his hand that is like roughly the size of like a pear. And he smiles and he says, "Brahm."
This is a man I've ever seen before.
Make a insight check.
We hear somebody say.
Oh, that's a crit fail.
We hear somebody say Brahm,
It's a
and
5.
I
You-
imagine we're all
you-
a little.
You do not recognize this man. Alar, with that perception check, you see this man, as is everybody. Like, that man did not hide, right? Everybody saw that man walk out into the open. What you perceive with that that high check is that as this man goes like, "Brahm," your like ear picks up like the shuffling of like a boot against like gravel, and you kind of like turn. Another man has like entered the alley behind you, and like something in the shifting of the light gets you to look up, and you see a dude on the roof of the building, like above you guys.
Did we have time to attune to our new shinies?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I don't have my shovel. Oh no!
So
This is
is
critical.
all this is all happening quite fast. So like this guy goes, "Brahm." Like what is everybody has like basically like a moment to react here. Like what are you guys doing?
I'm reaching for my shovel like instinctively, and it's not there. So I'm going to get ready to fight.
Okay, you have not.
and
Walter, you have not noticed the other guys. Brom, you have not noticed the other guys. Alar, you have.
I am. I'd like to make a sleight of hand check to draw the magic dagger I have, but keep it out of sight.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that is a 31.
31, you said?
Natural 20, and I have a plus 11.
Ooh, okay.
So, and I'm going to say, he a friend of yours, Brown? Or those two?
And as you go, is he a friend of yours? The guy goes, nope. And he pulls a pin on this item, and he just like tosses it at your guys' feet.
no boy.
Everybody make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Before we do that, can we go to a break real quick?
Sure. Hang on, if I can figure out how to do that. It's been about 6 months since we've done a break. So Alar goes, is this guy a friend of yours? And the guy goes, nope. And he throws this thing at your guys' feet. And we will go to a mid-roll break.
We got a mid-rolls?
We got mid-rolls. They are 2 years out of date. That's what we've got. We'll be right back. welcome back. That is way worse than I thought it was gonna be. Good heavens! Hey, somebody more competent with Discord would have been able to fix this ahead of time. But unfortunately, that's not the type of operation we run here. This is the type of operation where I don't know what the butts I'm doing. Will this make it better or worse? Sort of better. Because Brahm and Alar are now in the right place. So we'll do that. That is Jason again. So we can just...
I'm good. I got it. I just slid over.
What? No. Stop it. You confused me. This was right a second ago. Okay, hang on. We're going to hide that one. We're going to... That one's fine. I don't know what that one is going to be until we figure it out. That one's fine. That's hidden. That's Russell. This one's half Jason, half my green screen. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Dungeon mastering his little heart out, trying his best. He doesn't know how to work this god or OBS. That's gonna have to be good enough for now, and the inevitable incorrect window when we reveal our new character, it will be dealt with at the time. I need everybody to roll initiative.
You got it, champ.
Did you still want our deck save?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a 9.
25.
Okay.
26.
All right, so 25, 26. I'll roll for Osrius.
I love myself. Steam to Beyond dice suck.
Osrius was a 15. Okay. So anybody who rolled below the 15, so that's Walter and Osrius, you guys take 7 points of radiant damage.
Oh, that's...
Which is sort of the best codification I could come up with for what is essentially a magical flashbang.
Magical flashbang, you say?
Magical flashbang, I say. Because this dude throws this thing into the center of your group. And there it goes ding, ding, and then it goes and like a bright flash goes through the area. So some of you guys who like don't avert your eyes or whatever fast enough, like just the impact of it like staggers you. There is a secondary effect which we'll get into shortly, but like all of you feel something like a little weird in the air as this thing flashes out. Let's roll initiative, because Alar is not going to be surprised, while the other two of you are, because you did not see those other two guys. So everybody go ahead and roll those initiatives.
6.
9.
Nice.
Nice.
15.
Combo breaker.
15 Brahm. 9 was...
Alar.
Walter? Alar.
Nope.
And 6 was Walter.
Yup.
And when let me roll for Oz. Hang on. 11. And when I say everybody needs to roll initiative, I do mean everybody.
I have one.
Can you tell me what it is?
22.
Woo! Shit. Okay, so here's what happens. We're gonna go through the surprise round. This guy throws this thing. It explodes. And then you guys hear... Alar, you already knew that, like, he was up there. But, like, the rest of you now hear it as he, like, lets out an incantation and a spell is cast. And you guys hear this, like, with sort of like a wumbly, like... boom, boom. These, like, almost completely translucent barriers appear across the alleyway, like behind you, in front of you, and above you, basically like sealing you in to a 10-foot by 10-foot box with like building on either side of you, and then like invisible wall like magical something like in front of and above you. That is what they do in their like surprise round. So that's gonna bring us to the top of the order. Let's have Osiris is the only one who would not have like the context for this. Alar, Brahm, and Walter, make an Arcana check.
You know, one day I should get proficiency in Arcana. That would make a ton of sense. 13.
21.
Okay.
17.
17. So Walter, you're a little like you're having enough trouble with the fact that like it's daytime outside, so you're like you're not really able to see anybody that clearly. You're kind of like, but Alar and Brahm, Alar, you determined because you knew he was there, so you saw him like cast it. The guy on the roof, you are almost positive has cast something that you have never seen in person probably, but you like kind of know of in theory. He has enclosed you guys inside a wall of force. The thing that Brahm, with your Arcana, that you like come to the conclusion of, kind of like feel this weird feeling in the air. You look at that like flashbang that he threw. Basically the like area of effect around this flashbang, you're pretty sure, like theoretically leading up to the like perimeters of this like semi-translucent enclosure they have put you in. You put a finger on the weirdness in the air. You cannot harness your magic. You are pretty sure that they anti-magic flashbang grenaded you guys.
Rad.
That is what happens. The guy who threw the grenade, the flashbang, he says, "The Brotherhood of Artanis sends its regards. You've messed with their plots for the last time." And he gestures towards the guy behind you guys at the other end of the alley, who like begins like reaching into a satchel. That will bring us into the first official round of combat. The first person to react is on initiative 22. The piece of information that I will give you is that your position relative to the situation going on is that you have just climbed onto the roof of the building upon which one of these three guys is standing.
Camera up or leave it up closed for
You
now?
can go ahead and camera up for the crew here and describe to me what you did.
Oh, fancy.
So, on that, sneaking up behind this man, I am going to, because I am not in the field of anti-magic.
You are not. It is like specifically inside the 10-foot cube that those guys are in. You are not in it.
I am going to cast Firebolt at him.
Okay. Roll the hit.
18 to hit.
Oh, definitely hits.
I think I would know my dice by now, guys. Sorry. I don't know my dice. Ah! Dropped one. I can't do math. Sorry, 16.
16 points of damage.
2d10.
Whoo! Okay.
2.
You, so you guys from up above, you see this guy has like cast this wall of force spell. You hear like, and the like bright orange glow illuminates behind him, and then he is like slammed in the back, and you see like fire splash over him. He rolls a 7 on his Constitution saving throw, immediately loses concentration on a wall of force, like a total dink.
Nice.
one
Alar's
round
gonna-
in.
Yeah, Alar's gonna look up, blink, and go, Belza? And then turn back to the guy who's preparing to cast a spell.
It is those guys' turns now. So that was. Oh, anything else on your turn, newcomer?
New character who dis?
New character who dis?
I can't see any of them yet. I'm not that close to the edge of the roof.
You cannot see them, no. You are within 30 feet if you wanted to run up to there. And there's certainly like room on this roof that you could run up to the edge to be able to see into the the alley below without having to you don't have to go up next to the guy that you just attacked if you don't want.
I'll stay back for now.
Okay.
I'll move. Nope, I'm gonna stay exactly where I am, right at where I started from shooting him.
No problem. All right, so they go. You see the two guys on the ground go and they turn. And the one in the back is continuing to fiddle with something that he has got on him. He's gonna use that. Takes his action to continue to work to prepare whatever this thing is. The guy in the front that threw the flashbang at you. Immediately draws a crossbow from his belt, and I'm gonna pull up. Step back real quick. He is going to take 2 attacks with not crossbow, sorry, short bow. He's going to take 2 attacks, both of them aimed at Braum. Neither of which are very good, as he is kind of off kilter here. A total of it's a 12 and a 13 respectively, so I assume neither of those hit.
Yep.
Okay. So he hastily fires 2 bolts wide. The guy on the roof who just failed to maintain the wall of force is going to turn and address this new person. He is going to run in your direction. So you guys from below, you see this guy turn around and look at somebody, and then runs away from the roof. He runs up to you, and he swings a it's like a hand harp that was on a strap, a messenger bag that was just at his hip. He swings that up, and he slams a cord on it. But the noise that comes out is this horrible blatting, cacophonous, discordant noise. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 12, which I'm assuming.
No, a 12 is just enough to succeed.
It's I have no pluses in this. This is bad.
So you're still gonna take half damage, which is 2d8. You take 1 point of thunder damage. You rolled a pair of 1s, and you skid a half an inch back, and you realize oh shit, I'm standing right at the edge of the the thing here. The guy here is going to use the he moved 15 feet to get to you. He's going to move the remaining 15 feet of his movement to go back to the edge of the the building on the other side. So you guys see this guy turn around from below. You see him turn around, run in a direct run out of your line of sight. You hear a horrible screeching noise, and then he comes back. That is their turn. Braum, that brings us to you.
Is the dude the main dude still like right in front of me?
He's like 20 feet from you.
I'll move up 10 feet.
Okay. You move up 10 feet and you like kind of blonk into. Oh no, the wall of force is gone. Never mind.
Yeah,
You move
yeah,
up 10
fine.
feet.
Yeah.
Yes, you're fine. 10 feet was the limit of your wall of force space, but that is down. So you are able to do that.
I look at him and I say, "This is it. This is what you got. All right." Snap my fingers and cast Cloud of Daggers at fourth level right on that man.
So that's on his turn. He's gonna take that damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? No. Is it?
Or is it right now?
He takes it. Yeah, he takes it at the start of his turn.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Osrius is going to. I think Osrius is going to attempt to climb the building. To the guy up there. So I'm gonna have him make an athletics check. He will rage.
Oh no, wait. When it enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So yeah, it's still on his turn, right?
Yeah.
Enters the spell's area for the first time. I think is a thing that we have always interpreted as like you cast it, it goes off right now.
Okay. And then if he starts his turn, it's again.
That seems wrong because that means it's like basically 2 free blasts on this guy, but it's fine. Like, just roll that damage. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
17 points of damage.
Okay, 17 points of damage. He is like blended. He's not dead. He seems to be like alive, and he's like quickly, like flails to try and get out of this cloud of daggers. Anything else with your turn? Okay. Osrius successfully uses his action and his movement speed to like. He basically like 1-2 like Jackie Chan's up to get himself high enough that he can grab the top of this building, and he pulls himself up. So our new addition, you see a Goliath haul himself onto the top of the building where you are standing, facing off against this guy up here who has just like harp attacked you, and he like turns as this Goliath comes up, and the Goliath is like. That is Osrius' turn. Ayla, that brings us to you. So Osrius is on the building, and you have guys on either end.
I am going to charge the guy behind us.
Okay.
Let me see. They tend to have good wisdom saves, so I think I will. Yeah, I'll just take the swing instead. So, and attack him with my hidden dagger.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
And miss horribly. That's a 9.
No, a 9 is not going to do it. You connect with him as he's like fiddling with something. He kind of like goes to dance out of your way. You feel the blade of the dagger like skates across like a chain shirt that you realize he has like under his clothing.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. That's all I got.
Okay. That is going to bring us to Walter. So keep in mind, you are still the wall of force is gone.
Yeah.
Braum moved
away.
like 10 feet up and was able to cast magic.
Okay, so there's one guy behind us, one guy in front of us that Braum went to. Like, the talker is the one Braum
So
went to.
Braum
Right?
has slap chopped the talker. Alar
Right.
went the other way to the guy who's like fiddling with something in his pouch, and Oz went up to the guy on the roof. And then there's like that guy got hit with like fire from something up there as well.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna join Alar.
Okay.
Because the guy's maybe I saw him fiddling with something. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go over to that guy, and I'm going to attempt to cast Vampiric Touch.
All right.
Am I out of the spells, the
Yeah,
anti-magic area for him?
as soon as you move 10 feet from where you guys like were centered on where that flashbang went off, you are out of the anti-magic spot.
So I will wrap my hands in sadness and try to Vampiric Touch this guy.
All right, roll the hit.
Nope. How's an 8 go?
No, he you like reach forward, he like pulls one hand out of his satchel and like smacks your hand away and then like goes back into his satchel. All right.
I
Anything
have
else?
I don't have any other bonus actions, so nope, that's it.
Then on top of the initiative order, our new addition.
I look at Oz and go, I'm friendly, I swear, and I'm going to go towards the back of the alley, still on the roof, but away from the guy that came at me.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of be like, you have to deal with the big guy now.
Okay.
I'm gonna look down, and I can see Cloud of Daggers happening.
Yep.
So I'm gonna look at the guy that these two guys keep missing. And I am... I'm just checking something. How high up is the rooftop?
15 feet-ish.
Okay. Then I am... I'm just gonna firebolt him too. Because the other thing I wanted to do, I need to be a little closer, and I'm not jumping off this roof for right now, so...
Okay, roll the hit.
19 plus things.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, I never retrieved the dice that fell. I was like, where's my other one? It's only smaller amount of damage, only 9 points of damage. But hopefully that distracts him.
All right, you like slam him with the firebolt. You guys now see this individual like crests the roof where you can see them, and like a streak of fire comes from their hand. It slams into this guy. Go ahead, as now everybody has like gotten their first glimpse. Go ahead and describe who they see above the rooftop here.
They see a elven woman with light purplish pink hair. Basic looking clothing on. She has like a robe over top, but it does appear she has some kind of protection underneath. It's a little bulkier than it should be for her size. Boots, lots of random streaks of color throughout her hair, and a lot of rings and jewelry on. And kind of looks like the person who likes to stand out a little bit.
I'm gonna turn to Alar and just be like, enemy of our enemy? Shrug?
That's not Velza, but she obviously threw the other firebolt.
Alright. That's gonna bring us to the Lebet, guys. So the first, let's handle the guy who gets slap chopped again. Go ahead and roll that damage for him as he like dives out of the way of it.
It's slapping time.
Another D8. Oh boy.
Does he exit as like a
21 points of damage.
hamburger?
He took 17 before. He looks like Vecna from the new Stranger Things series when he gets out of it. He's been like skinned. He's just like, he's still alive though. Horribly. Though he is badly slashed. He is going to stride upwards, kind of towards you.
Anybody have a pouch of salt?
He's gonna use a bonus action to look like infuriatingly Brahm. He strides forward. You have just like, even if he's not dead within the next like 6 seconds, which it is very unlikely that will not be the case, he is like permanently like deeply fucked up for the rest of his life. And you blended him in a act of like utter infuriating like defiance. He falls out of your slap chop, your cloud of daggers, and he ignores you. He turns and he looks at Alar.
Okay.
And he says, "You, me, let's go." I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Is this a charm effect?
I think it doesn't specify here, but I think it makes sense for it to be one. So
Is
so
it
you have the
compelled duel?
advantage.
Does it compel the duel?
No, it's a different thing.
Compel the fool.
But similar.
So the advantage roll is 15.
Okay. You feel something like he has worked magic upon you, and it is like you feel this like compulsion that like, you know what? This guy doing whatever with his man purse, not important. Like, I'm gonna get that guy. And you find yourself taking like 2 steps towards him, and then like kind of like snap out of it, like, what am I doing? Like the effect is not able to like pull you in his direction.
Then yeah, once I shake out of it, nah, I'm busy. Brahm, finish him off, and I turn back to man purse dude.
As his action, he is going to cast another spell, and that spell is the same thing that the guy in the roof did. He just goes like, and he almost like screeches, and as like the waves of sound come from his mouth, they like twist and wrench and slam into Brahm. Brahm, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
16.
Okay, so that is a success. So again, he screams. You are going to take 5 points of thunder damage, and you slide back a little bit, but you dig your feet in, and you within an inch, you keep yourself from being pushed back into the anti-magic field. Alright, that is that guy. The other guy is... he's the one who's taken 9. That guy is going to risk it. He is going to fiddle with... He's going to continue fiddling with what is in his bag. So he has made 3 fiddle checks so far. That is going to bring us to the guy on the roof. The guy on the roof is going to take 2... he's going to pull out a short sword and take 2 attacks at Osrius. A natural 1 and a 10. So he swings. Osrius deflects it with the axe. He swings again, and Osrius punches him in as the sword comes down. Osrius punches him in right in the wrist bone, and his hand involuntarily goes and the sword just goes flipping out of it and falls into the alley below.
Nice.
That is that guy's turn. That's all he's gonna do. So that's those guys. Brom, that brings us to you. You have concentration still on Cloud of Daggers, though the main guy has stepped out of it.
Turn that off. That guy is still.
Mm-hmm. No, he doesn't look good, but he's alive.
He's about to not be.
You gonna cast Unalive?
Sort of. I'm gonna cast El Kabong.
Oh.
All right, El Kabong.
I'm actually. That is a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Uh, 7 points of damage.
7.
Oh wait, no, hold on. It's a +4, so it's 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. And what is the El Kabonging exactly again?
The Bandor. It's Shillelagh on the
You just
Bandor.
hit him with it, right?
I have to cast Shillelagh with it, and then
That's fine.
smash his brains in with
So you bring the Bandor around, and you run up and you strum a chord on it, and it boom, reverberates, and you flip it around by the neck in your hand as this shimmer goes over it, and you just come up, and he begins to bring his own instrument to bear, which is a lute, and he strikes a chord on it as you come up, and a similar shimmer comes across his lute, and he picks it up, and the two of you use these weapons melee weapons against each other. He brings his up to block the Bandor, and you bring your weapon down, and there is a sickening crack of wood as the Bandor snaps his lute in half and continues down and just crushes his head. You just Koosh! And then pull it back out with a Kong as the strings on the instrument reverberate, and the absolutely smashed indented head corpse of this first guy just topples to the ground. He is super dead. Anything else with your turn?
I cast Bardic Inspiration on Alar. Just
Okay.
does.
What is the thing that you say to Bard? Remember, because for Bardic Inspiration and Vicious Mockery, depending on how good it is, I will give you bonuses or
I like to think that it's not even. There's no verbal. I just absolutely Gallagher this man, and then I turn and make hard eye contact with Alar, and just a nod.
I reply with a similar sage nod.
Okay. Alar takes a piece of plastic sheeting that he had pulled up, and he puts it down. Okay, you are regularly Bardic inspired.
Yep.
Okay, Osrius is going to take 2 Great Axe attacks against this guy, both of which will hit, leading me to have to pull Osrius's character sheet up. Because I know what his athletics modifier is, I don't know what his damage bonus is. He hits 2 times with the Great Axe, dealing 1d12 plus 4 damage each time. Alright, so Osrius is going to deal 17 points of slashing damage to this guy up here. He is still alive, but is not happy about having been slashed. he like kind of staggers backwards a little bit. That is, that's all Osric is gonna do. Aylar, that brings us to you.
Not sure what kind of action this would be, but I'd like to try and use my dagger to cut the strap on this guy's satchel and try and take it away from him.
Make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
And you do have your bardic inspiration, which is a D8, right?
Rolled 21 twice.
Okay. Okay, so you are able you like reach forward. He's like turned away from you, right? Like you reach forward, you pull the strap, you cut the strap, and you like grab the sliced cut and like pull on the bag. Make a sleight of hand opposed to his. Ooh. He did very
Thank God for the Mind Mugger mitts. 26.
26. Okay, that still beats him. So here's what happens. You pull the satchel. He is like going the whole, like he is holding onto something in the satchel, right? Like, so the satchel pulls away. But with your sleight of hand, as you try to like kind of quickly like get at him, you pull, you like flip the satchel, a piece of the like the cut rope, the cut like strap sort of hooks around and yanks the thing that is in his hand out of his hands. What he was working on in there, and has now been loosed from his grasp, so he will not be able to continue to do this. 3 was was what he got. What pulls out of his hands, the bag goes like flying behind you. This item that he had comes out of his hands and also like sails into the air, kind of like in the midst of all of you guys. It is a circular string of like chromatic red beads. 3 of them are currently glowing. I will allow anybody in eyesight of this to use their reaction for this round to make a Arcana check if they'd like.
I will do so.
13.
14.
Okay.
15.
Russell?
I don't know if we're waiting for Brom or...
Natural 20.
Okay. So, with the natural 20, Brom, you turn away, you're looking at Aylar, you're like, as you have, like, head goop on your, like, bandor. You watch as a necklace of fireballs with 3 active charges ready to detonate comes flying out of this guy's bag directly into the midst of all of you. That is the thing that we're all going to have to deal with now. Aylar, that was your turn.
Yep.
I guess here's what I'll say.
That was just to witness, just to notice
Like
it?
that was an Arcana check to like recognize what this thing was.
Cool, glad I wasted a nat 20 on seeing an explosion 4 seconds before it
I
happened.
cannot express to you how much the knowledge ahead of time that 3 fireballs are going to go off in the vicinity of that is very important.
Oh, I assumed I wasn't going to have enough time to react.
No, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now roll an initiative for the necklace of fireballs, and it is going to explode wherever it lands in the initiative order, and everybody will have a turn to try and do something before that happens.
Does Brom call out what that is?
I'll leave that up to you.
Sir?
Oh no, his costume jewelry!
Actually, let's add to the excitement, and maybe help some of you out because you guys have pretty low initiatives. Let's re-roll a new initiative.
Sure.
We're gonna re-roll a new initiative, including the necklace of fireballs.
Well, I went 1 up from where I was, so I'm at 7 now.
I am at 14.
Hey! 19 plus 5. 24.
I went one higher to 23.
24.
Gonna get fucking fireballed. Again.
Again, Brom, are you telling us what this thing is?
A second.
It's gonna depend on who goes, if I go first or not.
Talking's a free action, so you can absolutely say it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you can for sure.
I have an idea. If I'm going first, I have an idea that I would like to try that might just solve the problem.
Okay. The first to react, fittingly, is Brom. Brom, Alar cuts this bag, yanks this thing out. This dude. So, in the snapshot that you see here, 3 of the beads of this necklace of fireballs have been activated. There were 6 on it. Every round he was activating another necklace of fireballs, like another one of the beads. He only got as far as 3 before your team like got it away from him. But now it's loose, and it is like at the feet of. It's like in the air, in the middle, like directly next to Alar and Walter and this other guy, and it is like 10 feet from you. So like you're in the radius. The people on the roof maybe are okay.
It's
But-
gonna hit the ground and explode like that's.
It is like imagine it's like flying through the air and it's like beep 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 and then it's gonna go boom any moment now.
So not fast enough to get to it. Like I don't have enough time to get to it before it explodes.
Probably not. Mechanically, you have until whenever it comes up in the initiative order, at which point it will explode to do something. But like, I mean, see what you come up with. Like mechanically speaking, theoretically, you could like dive and get to it. I'll allow you to do that as you like mechanically have the ability to move that distance in this round of initiative.
Here's another question. When casting Dimension Door, do I have to go through it? Because that's my plan.
You teleport
by the
yourself.
way that I read this, yes. You are the one moving spaces. You can bring somebody with you, but it's not like you can open a dimension door and like toss this somewhere. Like you physically have to make the trip.
Okay. So could I at least dive and like tap Alar?
Go for Walter. Trust me.
All right. It's like, can I? So the question is,
If
can I
your-
get somebody
if your
else?
move
to
here is like, oh
grab
shit,
grab somebody in Dimension
somebody
Door.
and like, yes, you can definitely
Okay.
do that.
I think I can only take one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can only take one.
Okay. And not even if I upcast it, right?
I don't think there's any upcasting on Dimension Door. It's just
No.
it's just the fourth level spell.
Yeah, I will.
Probably mage hand it away too.
That's my plan.
Yeah, I will call out. Explosive balls, and I'm gonna jump and like tackle Walter. And as we're falling, like the Dimension Door will open in front of us, and like,
Walter's like, not again!
and we're
Oh,
gonna
shit.
move.
I didn't write down. What is Alar's initiative?
14.
Oh, that's right. There's a reason I didn't write it. I need you to roll again.
Oh, okay.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh no! Oh,
Roll
no.
higher.
19.
Good boy.
Oh my god. All right. Okay. Hang on a second. I'll get to that in a second. Okay.
What's the radius of what was the radius?
Of the necklace of fireballs, three fireball spells are going to go off. The radius on a fireball spell is a 20-foot sphere centered on where it stands.
Okay, so Dimension Door can go like a mile away.
You're fine.
So we're
You know,
just
you can-
we're just gonna
500
we're gonna
feet,
go
so yeah,
back
you're-
up the alley. Dude, Walter and I are not suddenly a mile away,
No.
but
Okay. So that's Brom. Zintris. Oh, I revealed your name accidentally. It's on the screen. Newcomer, our new person. What are you doing? You hear explosive balls.
Oh God, I have a. This is the problem with playing a thing and doing a thing I haven't done before. Because I don't know if it'll work.
Remember the golden rule. If the
Rule
answer to
rad.
the question, will it be rad, is yes, then usually I will let you do whatever you want.
Well, now I'm torn because I kind of want to copy Brom a little bit, and I kind of want to just do the thing I originally planned to do. I shout behind me at Oz, and I just yell, "Run!" And I'm gonna jump off the roof and try to land on Alar, and I'm gonna dimension door Alar and I
Hell
out
yes.
of here.
Okay. Make a acrobatics check.
Alar, are you willing?
I'm probably very surprised, and my reaction is probably actually, I'm gonna roll on this one. My reaction is, huh? And by reflex, I'm just gonna stick my hands out to try and catch her.
Okay.
So we're gonna. So
Then make your acrobatics with advantage in that case.
Okay.
Alar's having flashbacks to the time he was dropped by a hippogriff and Brom dimension doored him out of the air.
I mean,
You said acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
23.
Okay. So, all right. So then to set the scene,
a lot happening.
the rapier cuts the bag. The bag is pulled away. The necklace of fireballs releases from this guy's hands. Boop, 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 as it flies through the air. Brom goes, explosive balls, as he dives, grabs Walter's wrist, and the two of them, tumble into, non-existence through a dimension door, and then, shunt out at the far end of the alleyway. A moment later, you guys hear, run! And then, Mission Impossible, swan dive. This
Swan
elven
diving
woman,
stranger.
This elven woman comes flying off the roof. Alar goes huh? And looks out instinctively, just puts his arms out as the swan diving elf lands in his arms. The ground beneath you goes and a dimension door opens, and the two of you just go shoot and drop through it. Where are you where are you moving the two of you as you guys dimension door?
I'm putting us in the same direction, at the top of the alley, but I'm putting us maybe an extra 50 to 60 feet away because I'm just I don't know what that is.
Okay.
He said explosive balls. All I heard was explosive. That's all I needed. So we were an extra 50 to 60 feet away.
Alrighty.
And I hope that Oz heard me yell "run," but he's also
Alar.
bigger and.
What are you doing with your turn now that your turn is taking place 100 feet from where you started?
let me see. You know what? I am going to set down the other person. I'm going to use my action to dash. Well, my bonus action to dash gets a little bit closer, but still well enough away. And former satchel guy needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Has an 11 suit you?
Doesn't suit him very well. A whole set of webs fills that part of the alley and catches him in. And I say, the fools errant send their regards.
How far away are we from this guy now, roughly?
The maximum distance you could have gone from it is 300 feet, I believe, per dimension door. So.
How far did Brom send us away?
You're probably Brom. You guys went to the end of the alley.
We can move 500 feet.
Oh, 500.
Yeah, no, how far away did we go? That's what I'm asking.
You went to if you're still in the alley, but at the end of it where it lets out into the main street, you're 150 feet.
Ah, balls.
No, we probably only the radius was what?
20.
Yeah, we probably only moved 50 feet back.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's relevant because if I get a
You are-
turn before this fireball happens,
Enough,
something else.
enough to be decently out of the way, but not
Okay.
super far away
Cool.
from the front.
All right. That brings us to the necklace of fireballs. So that item rolled tied for a 14 the first time, and then when I had you roll off to see who would go first on initiative 14, Ayla rolled a 19. The necklace of fireballs rolled an 18.
Oh boy.
So, due to some very lucky rolls, the only people in the range of the necklace of fireballs as it goes off are the two living Brotherhood, like dudes, and Osrius, who is raging. So I am gonna go ahead and roll some fireball damage. So each of the beads of this thing is going to be 8d6 fire damage. So we are gonna roll 24d6 fire damage. In case it wasn't clear, they were not messing around with their plan to extra kill you guys.
I am suitably impressed. I mean, they threw an actual anti-magic flashbang at us. That can't be cheap.
Okay. Let me give a quick check here. Okay. So here's the scene that plays out. Satchel comes off. The necklace flips into the air. Exploding balls. Swan dive. Simultaneous dimension doors. Half the party shunts down the alleyway. The guy who lost the satchel, like, begins to try to run, is immediately like webbed, like stuck. The guy on the roof, like looks. He goes like. He begins to try and cast a spell, and Osrius goes and like reaches out and grabs him by like the back of his skull and like wheels him around so that the two of them are just like standing at the roof, like at the edge of the roof together, and then poof, 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 3 fireballs go off. Everybody is blinded for like a solid 10 seconds, and then even afterward you're like blinking like a sunspot out of your eye from the explosion. A goodly portion of both of the like buildings that like made up the sides of this alleyway are like heavily damaged. Luckily, it appears nothing is actively burning, but there is like smoke and like rubble clearing the area. The corpse of the first guy that you Brom killed is like a sort of like a slightly like blasted, scotched like streak of ash. And the other guy who was like in the webs, like literally no evidence of their existence, like completely obliterated beyond all ability to find them. You look up Osrius, who took 82 points of fire damage, is standing on the roof like, and he looks over to where he was holding the other guy, and he is now holding like the back half of a like charred skull and nothing else. As that guy gets disintegrated. The cracks and crevices in his rocky, stony skin are pulsing with magma, volcanic, fiery energy. Is his rage absorbed enough of the fire damage that he's still on his feet? Let me just.
So he does also have Stone's endurance in case that would have kept him alive as well.
No, he's fine. He is within he's still in double digits of his health, but not by much. So he is alive, but he is fucked. But he's good, and that's the end of combat.
All right. Alar is going to he's going to look up at Oz. You okay?
Fine.
Good. And
Smoke
Alar's going to
comes out.
turn around, and the knife comes out, and he looks at the newcomer. Let's talk.
Do you want me to heal your friend first, or do you want to just flash knives around?
Brom, we got another sassy one. Help was appreciated. Thank
just
you.
says nothing, and it's just like little shifty eyes.
Yeah.
Brom, make an insight check real quick for me.
Ew, it's not great. It's only 4.
Okay. You're fine. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary in this fucking hellscape that is this alley. You guys do hear some sort of an alarm system that seems to be magically integrated into the system, into the city. The explosion in this alleyway has triggered some sort of boop, boop, boop. So somebody is coming soon, you figure.
Just
Look,
let them kill you.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's stay put. You know, we're known. Well, you aren't.
That'll be interesting. Is Oz down by us now?
Yeah, he
Came
clambers down. He has the piece of charred skull remaining. He's could make a good bowl, but
I'm gonna cast I'll cast Healing Word at 3rd level on Oz.
okay.
I am going. Since she's doing that, I'm going to take a moment and see if there's anything useful
12 points up.
From the rubble that might explain something. I doubt it, but
Make an investigation check.
So who are you? What are you doing on the roofs of Terra Libra?
13.
Considering
everything has been fully incinerated.
I figured.
Considering that you guys want to stay and have a conversation with the authorities, I figured it'll all just come out at once. So why don't we just wait for that? Don't feel like having the same conversation twice.
Fair enough.
Sure. Would it be a problem if the authorities were to find you right now?
She thinks about it for a minute. No, I don't think they have a problem with me. No, we're good.
That's good.
You hear from the end of the alley behind you guys. You hear. It will take longer if we wait for all that. We might as well away and figure this out. And an individual that all of you recognize is in the end of the alleyway. And it is, of course, Tori and Adrian. And as he says that, we are going to flashback. We're gonna aside from the current situation, and we're going to go to another place and another time, somewhere that has already existed. We changed locations to a very well appointed, like, study or office, like a place that absolutely reeks of a person of importance, like takes meetings with other important people here. And there are two people in this chamber. One of them is the individual who is in the present moment standing kind of covered in soot in an alleyway with a group of you. Though they are in this moment they are wearing like noble, like the steward's robes of like a noble house, you know, something like sort of almost like a work uniform type of outfit. The other person in the room is an elven woman of nigh like immeasurable beauty. She is like the platonic ideal of like an elven like goddess, essentially. She has like long, luxurious, like perfectly maintained blonde hair. Her ears have whatever the perfect curvature for elven ears are. She has like the beauty mark here. She is impeccably manicured and maintained. But she is sitting behind a desk, and a deep line of like tension crosses her brow as she sits at her desk, and she looks up and she says to you, our character, she says, "Zintris, you have been loyal, invaluable as both a servant and a confidant and a companion for all of these years. I have taught you things I thought it were prudent for you to know. I have involved you in secrets where it was perhaps unwise for me to do so, but I have valued your input for all of this time. I have shared with you that I have had doubts about the Brotherhood of Artanis's integrity for some time now, but I have kept the true depth of my concerns to myself. I can no longer delude myself that the Brotherhood has intentions which will have noble ramifications, as they would claim. They are either willfully ignorant to the repercussions of the course of actions they seek to seem unfolding, or they are truly blinded by zealotry. I don't know which anymore. So much of my life has been dedicated to this organization, thinking that I was doing the right thing, or at least doing the hard thing for the right reasons, but that is no longer the case. If the Brotherhood succeeds in the goals that they have been striving towards for millennia, I believe this world will be undone. And they know that I have strayed from the path. And they are coming for me. they will come for you too. As a matter of procedure, because you are too close to me. There is nothing that I can do for myself now, but I want to prepare you, because if you can find your way to this group of individuals that has caught Artanis' eye and earned his ire, all may not yet be lost. They will come for me. And when they do, I will not fight them. But when they come for you, I need you to flee. I need you to find Abraham Replic. I need you to find his traveling companions, the Fool's Errant. And I need you to help them.
Are you dismissing me? Sending me away today?
She thinks and she says, no, this may be foolishness, but if we still yet have some time, I will teach you things you need to know to protect yourself. I will share what I can of the information that I have, that when you find the Fool's Errand, you can pass it along to them.
And you won't fight them?
She smiles a little bit and she says, in one sense, no. When they send their agents or their assassins, whatever they decide, no, I will not offer them resistance. But to say that I won't fight them is perhaps inaccurate. I am opposing the Brotherhood of Artanis through different methods. I fight them through you. There is nowhere that I can hide that they will not find me, but you, these others, if they are to be defeated, that will be the way. That is how I choose to fight.
You know what they'll do to you. You expect me to accept that?
No. I don't look forward to my inevitable stay in the Estelgath, but I expect you to do as I bid you, as you have so dutifully all of these years.
Straightens her back and like shakes it off a bit. She says, well, where do we begin with what time we have left?
She nods and she says, let me show you a few things. And we cut again to another time past, the same chamber sometime later. There is a commotion distantly heard from somewhere else within whatever the estate or the building within which this chamber exists. Again, this this individual stands with you's interests, and she says, "The time has come. I wish we had more. There is more that I could have taught you. There is more that I could have told you. But it will have to suffice. They are coming, and there is no more time. The House of Viren will fall, and quietly, Ygraine will be removed from the ranks of Artanis' generals, but you can carry what I have taught you forward. Find Abraham Replock, find the Fool's Errant. Do the right thing. I believe in you."
Do I hear commotion in the building around us right now?
It is getting closer, like, by the moment.
Are we on, like, the first floor, second floor? Where are
You
we?
are on a third floor
Great.
chamber currently.
There's a window.
There's a window.
I go to the window and I look out. Do I see anybody immediately out there?
You see the grounds of the Viren estate laid out ahead of you. The window that you are looking out of is in the back of the building. It faces like the back grounds of the building. It is a large, like, expansive, rolling, like, gardens, lawn, landscape type of thing at the perimeters of the estate. You know that there are high walls here. Currently at the back of the building, you see nothing like movement, but you know that the front of the building is currently swarming with city guards.
I go over to her and I awkwardly hug her really quick
She
because
returns
I'm
the hug.
not sure what to do at this moment because I don't really want to leave her. I'd rather stand and fight. I pull back, I look up at her and I go, "You're sure I need to run and you can't come with me?"
She nods. She says, "They can find me anywhere. You have to go on without me." She kind of like, she looks away and she says, "And perhaps it is fitting. I am stained with the sins of my service to this order for as many years as I have been.
She doesn't know how to respond to that, so she goes over to the desk in the room and picks up one of the ironically red quilled feathers, takes it, pockets it as like a memento of sorts, smiles at her mentor, just says, "Make them pay for their part too. You know how." And will bardic inspire her. With that.
She turns and you hear like the door to the study is being bashed upon. She turns from you. She like rolls her shoulders at your bardic inspiration. She says, "I said I would go with them and I would acquiesce. I did not say that I would do so without a little struggle. Go."
I wink, I throw open the window, and I dimension door as far the fuck away as I can onto the grounds to get away.
You dimension door onto the grounds. You hear the sound from above you from the distance as you are away of the door being smashed in, and a bit of like you hear the beginning of like chaos ensues as you hear like the sounds of a group of people like charging into that room, and then like magic and swords and things just start like going ham in there, and you flee. You run to the edge of the grounds. You manage to like get yourself up over the fence onto the like over and onto the street below. As you begin to make your way away, you kind of like turn and look, and a group of city guards in Ignean regalia come around the corner as they are like in the process of making a perimeter around the the estate, and they catch a look at you, and one in the league goes like, you are wearing the the garb of your station, signifying you as like a member of the household of Viren, and the one in charge goes, "You there, stop! You are under arrest."
How many of them are there?
Like 10, 12 maybe. And they begin like charging at you.
I am going to call lightning.
Ooh, okay. Please describe for me the effects of call lightning.
A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall and a 60-foot radius, centered on a point that you can see within a range directly above you. Spell fails if you can't see a point in the air where the storm cloud could appear. Since I'm outside, I can see it. You cast the spell, you choose a point, bolt of lightning flashes. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
All right.
Dexterity save of 15.
Okay.
That's aggressive.
I'm gonna handle this a little narratively instead, since it's like a loose situation. They charge at you, and bring down this crack of thunder. The first guy, the guy who yelled at you in the lead, like it literally hits him, and he like, and you watch him like cook in his armor. The strike of the lightning cascades out. Several of the guards are immediately just like knocked to the ground, fall,
As soon as
don't move.
the strike hits, I'm turning and running.
Yep.
And I'm knowing the place in the area. I'm going to be dodging in alleys and anything like that. And the second I can break line of sight, I am going to disguise self as a poor elven woman, still like noble-ish, and I'm going to step into the doorway of a different household.
Okay.
And be
so
like, just standing there like, what's going on?
What happens is you run, and you lightning blast a bunch of these guys, and they like knocked asunder like bowling pins. But more of them continue to pursue you, and a whistle goes out and alerts more guards. And as you run, you flee, and you try to lose them. As soon as you begin to gain some ground on some of the guards, you turn a corner, and another group is following you. You redirect, and you turn another way, and you're running through the streets. More and more of these city guards are hot on your tail, and you are beginning to like run out of breath, and you turn into a street that like has a long straightaway with no like side streets that you can see, and you are like penned in as the city guard comes in behind you, and they begin to run towards you, and you are running down, and you are quickly approaching like the end of this avenue where you see there is like a dead end ahead of you, and the guards are coming in behind you, and one of them is like outstripping the others and is like racing and is catching up to you, moment by moment is like getting closer and closer and closer, and you run past a closed what like during the day would be like some kind of a market stall. Is shut down now. You run past. Make a perception check.
17.
With a 17, you run past, and like out of the corner of your eye, you see a hooded figure is standing like behind the stall, and as you like run past, that figure like shifts their weight, and you watch them like kick a small barrel. They kick, and it rolls out into the path behind you, and as soon as they do that, they turn and like disappear into thin air, and you like look over your shoulder, and that guard that was catching up with you is like running. The barrel behind you rolls out into his path, and he full sprint runs into it, and like ass over tea kettle, just like totally eats shit, like wipes out into the ground, buying you some time. You continue to run. You like skid to the end of this, this street, and then in another like swirl of like shimmering air and like smoke, that hooded figure appears again, and they hold out a hand to you, and they say, "Come with me if you want to get out of here."
I look back and I go, one way or the other, I could be dead, and I just take his hand.
You grab their hand, and two of you teleport away. You would, upon arriving in the city of Terra Libra, learn that that individual was a man by the name of Torian Adrian. And he told you, in infuriatingly vague terms, that it was essentially his job to be in the right place at the right time to make sure that certain people had the opportunity to meet. He was the one who told you that the Empire and the Brotherhood of Artanis were going to try and assassinate Brom Repluck and the Fool's Errant. He was a little vague on the details of what that assassination attempt would look like. You don't get the impression because he was being shitty about it. You just think you didn't think from your conversation that he knew necessarily. But he basically told you to be on the top of that building at a very specific time on a very specific day, and that was your chance to meet the people that you needed to meet. And that was sort of the extent of your conversation with him, and then he was like, good luck, and fucked off. That was a month-ish ago, and you have been just kind of doing what you need to do to get by in Terra Libra since then. So all of that flashback occurs. We snap back to the present where the Fool's Errant are looking at this individual, and you guys have basically been yeah, let the cops show up, let's see what they have to say about this. Torian Adrian has arrived, has walked into the alleyway and has gone this conversation will be faster if we all have it in somewhere private.
Fine.
You again.
You want to go to Sears, or do you want to do this?
Let's. No. Our Sears trip is on hold. Let's.
The Wizards?
Nori's
They're
Nori's not my biggest fan.
Yes.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. Let's.
Agreed.
Let's visit
By
the
all
collective of the
metrics, I'm
Arcane Eye.
delightful. I don't know why everyone has such a problem with me.
I mean,
Means that things have gotten
Torian
worse.
Adrian,
No
if you-
offense.
Torian-
not you're doing, but it means
Torian,
things are worse.
if you got a dictionary, and you looked up the definition of delightful in that dictionary, you'd see a picture of me giving you the finger.
He goes, fair enough.
I assume that you are the reason she was here to save our bacon.
He goes, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course not.
Wink at Alar behind Torian's back.
Right, wizards.
Yes, as we're walking along, Alar, I'll stick out a hand, Alar Cabot Jr., but you probably knew that.
He kind of like turns to you and he goes, run along then. I will deal with the Terra Libra authorities on this matter and allow you to have your conversation in peace.
I look at Torian and I go,
Thank you.
who is who in this crew? I was given names, not descriptions.
He points at Brahm and he goes, that one.
Thank you.
He
And
nods.
I will.
Alar's gonna arch a brow. Got another fan, Brom.
As
Usually
he
they
says
try to
fan,
murder me.
When Alar says fan, Torian goes, ha! And walks out of the alleyway. Disappears.
Miss
Zintrus.
Intris, if you'll come with us.
To some wizards? Sure, why not? It's been a weird month. Let's go.
As you guys conclude the weird month with going to see some wizards, that is, I think, where we'll end the session tonight. And call the close to our adventure and save the learning of the full depth of the Zintrus situation and the information that they may or may not have to reveal to you guys for the next time we play. So, as always, thank you guys for joining me, players. Thank everybody who was at home watching, sticking along with us as we D&D it. Thank you to our sponsors, Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle. And be sure to give a poke to that Extra Life link if you feel you are in a situation that you can donate. If not, obviously we understand that everybody has to make the decision for themselves. But even sharing a link, spreading the information about the channel, about the donation link, anything that you might be able to do would be greatly appreciated. We always like to try and raise a little bit of money, even with our very, very tiny platform for a good cause every year. So we appreciate that anything that anybody can give or do or anything like that for a good cause. So once again, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll be off next week, as next Tuesday is my wedding anniversary, so I will be celebrating that instead of playing D&D. But we'll be on the week after that for the. It'll actually be Fools again. We'll get 2 Fools in a row because we're going to skip a Pirates week. So join us in 2 weeks on Tuesday for the next episode of Requisite. But be sure to check back here every day, pretty much, for all of the content that Proficiency Bonus is putting out. Okay, I don't have anything else. I'm going to stop rambling. We love you, and good night.